Warm blessings. This is Master Shaman Palai Chi. Hope all of you guys are here today. Join in with me today on this live. We'll be talking about past life regressions. Yo thả cho nó anh nó the cho tia ya ta lo yo tia ya ta lo yo đã chi yo có yo linh từ vì đi cha có thể đi yo một sai có bỏ tia ya ta lo yo. I'm just gonna type in the chat here. And type in with me if you guys are joining in right now with me. This is Master Shaman Palai Chi with Fali Pi Healing. Yane bỏ cú lúc bây Fali Pi, nó chỉ Fali Pi Healing, nó chỉ yo Master Palai Chi đi. Nên type in the chat, nên nhắn cho cú Facebook, chỉ nên cú share thế yo. Nhưng mà ba share đó, nên nó có video nó cho tin nên, thế rồi là họ mua cái nung cho cái nén dài, nung cho lỡ hạt tiền, lỡ cho họ cái tận thế nó ya rong li cha le sa o li cha whatever question le mo ya. So whatever questions you guys have today, comment and I will see if I can respond to all of them. It's free Q&A. It's also a free card pull, so I have my cards with me today. It's either these cards that I'm having a draw to for you or these cards today, my moon cards, okay? So one free card pull for whoever wants it. Just say you want it, raise your hand or put a Juju Chi. Thank you so much for Pato Mongdu for joining us. Juju Chi to you. Go out and share this with whoever you guys need to right now. Go share, go like, and help me out. Support Master Shaman Palai Chi and Pali Pi Healing. I am here to support you guys with this free Q&As on these Fridays. Again, we can free ourselves, right? Free ourselves from everything that we've been stuck in, we've been hooked upon, or whatever it is that is stopping us from going forward in our lives. Whatever it is, I want you guys to free yourselves, okay? Nu na ya nu, freeing Friday, y'all. So I'm just gonna open. Nu na ya nu, freeing Friday. Master Palai Chi no. Ya ne bỏ cú nó ne cha tệ là ya ne muốn tàu tu này nó tầm dập được cú thia ne hòn tàu đó hồ Juju Chi thia lu heart là stars cú nhà hàng cho heart thia stars nên tàu đó cú nè cú ya sai phái chỗ này ya ne sa sai ấy có cú phô ý đại phái chỗ này là chỉ cú phô ý đại phái đâu ya ne sa sai pay đại là chỉ ne cú mới có donation cho palaiti@gmail.com. So if you guys would like readings today for 3 card pull readings is $10, 10, 15, whatever you want to throw in there as a donation. I'm sending out my PayPal at palaichi@gmail.com if you guys would like to donate. Otherwise, it's 1 card pull and then it's free Q&A. So whatever questions you have on your spiritual journey, if you're having a tough time, if you're going through things with that spiritual journey and you have questions on, the paranormal things, what's happening to me, what is this dream, I will be able to answer that here. So just if you guys can share, click in on that thumbs up for me to be interactive, and then also type in Juju Chi for me. So all of you that are watching Juju Chi, I'm going to type that in right now. We're going to free ourselves on Freeing Fridays for the coming week. Always a step ahead. There we go. Thank you so much to JD Mariyuki. You're here with us today again. Stars and hearts are the brightest, the warmest, the lovingest, right? So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about the topic that I wanted to talk about today. Lúc nào cô thả cho lúc nành What does that really mean for us, right? So the past lives, why do we want to know about past lives? And, why should we know? Vì đi chào bê thiên lia tô nó bê thiên lia sa mu thọ là mu sai mu shua cả tao hả cho nên tia ta lo nó yo đa chi này yo bê yo lên từ bê tô ô lên từ lo lợ bê tô ô chính nên con nia tu mi tu ô tu chia đa chi lo lợ. And I'll tell you guys right now that there has been many different past lives that I've done. A few of them has been very interesting. I've seen a past life that someone was a horse and they love horses now in this life. I've seen and looked into ones that were a cat and they were really loving cats in this lifetime, and they found a cat and they actually it was actually a stray cat. This one lady, she had found a stray cat, found another cat, and then actually felt very, very emotional or attached to this one cat. And we're talking about past lives here, right? And I went in to look into it because she didn't know why she was feeling so emotional towards the cat, and she just didn't know why she was just feeling so attached to it and yet so emotional at the same time. Didn't want to let the cat go, so she kept the cat. She got a different cat that was also another stray cat, and those two cats kind of got together and was with her. It went well with her, but she still was just so emotional with this one cat that she found first, a stray cat. Ends up being that this cat, she actually was the cat was actually her, it was actually her brother in an Ireland setting lifetime ago, where the road was actually made of laid or hand laid bricks. And so that was a very interesting past life that I looked into. So that I want to talk about past lives today. So it's been very interesting looking in past lives for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years here. And it's just been a whole different series of different past lives. You get to see so many things with different people and different cultures as well. Okay, so what is the number one reason why you would want to know past life? Who can tell me this? Can you guys write down in the chat? Vilija Beteli Samu Chofo Za Lu Neng Tia Yata Law. Bé chọn chú chập liền này nhỏ hậu bé lúc chế ta xin nó lỡ tô muốn nhớ trâu lúc chế trong đi cha ya ta lọ ya lỡ tô muốn nhớ lên tư ya ta lọ chị khó nói chị chơi khó chỉnh chỉnh cho bé tiền nó ya bé bao cho ya bé mua khó phí sử cho chị khó nói ya ba tô bé cả bé mù trợ lý ít cho kế ya tiền nó lấy ya trong mù trợ lý ít cho kế tiền nó. So if you guys were to know really who you were in a past life, and this is the reason why you would want to kind of know what your past life, who you were in a past life, is to do a past life regression. Okay, past life regression. No, how many times have you been a human being, right, in the past lives? So yep, and to like Bata says, Bata Mondu says, undo past life karma. Yes. So you do want to learn about your past life through a past life regression to undo your past life karma. But sometimes some people don't want to undo their karma. They actually don't have karma. Well, that the karma is actually not a negative piece or a negative effect to this lifetime. It is not a certain lifetime's karma, but it could be a different lifetime's karma, right? So somebody can have like 5 lifetimes, right? 5 lifetimes on this earth, and they may want to redo or not redo, but to cut off the cords from maybe past life 2 and 3 or past life 1 and 2. So what past life can that be, right? that had caused you the pain, the suffering, and what you had to go through in that past life. The past life is, knowing the past life is something that is information, very sacred information, actually, that you get to know from someone that can look into your past life and know these details about you, gives it to you. And sometimes it's just the most important details. It's not going through, each lifetime in detail. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. It depends on how significant it can be for you to change any bad habits or negative karma in this lifetime, right? So again, we're doing free question and answer. So Q&A, whatever you guys want to ask, I'll try to answer some of the questions. If you guys want me to pull up a free card, we'll do that towards the end. I'll announce that it's free card pulls now, and then people can ask. You can ask now too, and I'll scroll back through. If you're not going to be on the call, or if you're going to come back later, put your questions down, or put and say, can you please give me a free card pull, Master Palachi? Or, I would like a card pull, simply like that, with a heart and star, Juju Chi, whatever. And I will go back, scroll through, and then we'll answer some questions, okay? But past life regression is to help you to figure out who you were in the past life, if there was any karmic or negative karmic effects in a past life, whether that be past life 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever, how many past lives you had. I know somebody that I looked into that had 10 past lives, right? And 10 past lives. What were they, and how were they, and how did those past lives even become 10 when some of us only have 5? That could have meant that, and it didn't mean for this one anyways, that they lived very short in their lifetimes that they've had here on earth. So they had very short lifetimes. At one point, one was a baby, that one lifetime was a baby, and then it passed away, right? It came back, and as a teenager, passed away, never got to love fully, never got to experience life fully, and then came again, another lifetime. So it can happen so many various ways with all these lifetimes and with different souls, right? So we've talked about, if you guys go back to look at my Destiny 101 or the soul, when I talk about the soul in one of my other videos, right? I talk about how is this that, well, I guess it was a soulmate one, right? So we talked about how is it that you are a soulmate, and then how is it that you are a twin flame? But this in the past life also has to do with the soul becoming or reincarnating. And these souls, and it could be very complicated, or it could also be very simplified, I guess. But a soul has many spirits of the soul, right? So these spirits get to be allocated to many different vessels when they reincarnate. And for you to find out who you were in a past life means you get to see who your spirit of the soul was in a certain body, and who you were, what happened to you in that lifetime. And then for some people, they actually find out why they really, really love cats, because they themselves were actually a cat in a lifetime. Or like the one gal that I talked about, why was she so emotional towards this one stray cat that she found? Because in that story for her, that reading that we did, her story was the cat that she found was actually her brother in a long lifetime ago, right? In an area in Ireland. So that was very interesting. So getting to know who you were in a past lifetime helps you to know why you are the way you are now in this lifetime. And it should help you, right, with the right clearing, protection, and healing, and karma cutting the cord, right? Spiritual cord cutting. It should help you to move forward in this lifetime, right? To move forward as a person in the soul that you, the soul that you, the spirit reincarnated as and in the body and vessel that you are in now, to help you to understand why You are the way you are now, the family that you became in, for some of you, right? And then how can you move forward and accept all these lifetimes that you've had? And if you get to accept this, if you get to know and accept these lifetimes and who you are now, then that just makes you a much better and improved human being, so that you can get to your enlightened path greater and faster, right? So I'm taking some questions here. Let's see here. Animal says to understand the reason why we are the way we are. Yes. Yes, we just said that. Thank you so much, Anna. Rose Young, longing, self-awareness, or purpose in the current life. Yes, it's all of those, right? All of the above. PH Lee says, for my husband, I wanted to look into his past life to find out why he is so sick in this lifetime. So PH Lee, I would love to answer that question, but I will actually just look into it quick here. I'm going to have the short answer for you, but for him, we would have to look into his lifetime, and anybody else that asks a question about their lifetime, we do have to look into your lifetime to know better of why, the question why, because the question why could be so vast, right? Can bring in so much answers, so much responses to that question from different lifetimes. But the short answer is PH Lee. I'm just going to quick pull one card for him, and I'm just going to take a look into that, okay? Just a one simple answer here so that you can get an answer. But again, we would have to look further into his past lives to actually know better of which lifetime was it, or was it all lifetimes that caused him to be so sick? Or does it have anything to do with the past lives? Is it just this lifetime, the karma that was incurred in this lifetime? So I'm just pulling out a card. So, yep, I do see. I don't know if you guys can see this. So this card tells me, PH Lee, that he does have a lot of anxiety, and the anxiety that led him to this sickness actually that he has, or these sicknesses. And it's not just one, right, PH Lee? It's a few different types that led into like this one. It's like this main one, which is anxiety, that led him into all these other different types of illnesses. And I would actually call these illnesses more of a shamanic illness. But to look into his lifetime, I would say that past life-wise, I'm seeing something in the third lifetime, okay? In the third lifetime. But definitely it's more of shamanic illnesses for your husband, PH Lee. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but if it does, please give me a juju chi and say, yes, it does. That helps me out to know that I'm on the right track, okay? All right. I hope that answers. It's not going to answer the past life, into his past life, to find out why he is so sick, but I do know it's something in the third past life, and that it's a shamanic illness, okay? Sometimes shamanic illnesses are having to deal with past life karma. Okay. So hope that makes sense to you, PH Lee. The beautiful Lo is saying hello, Juju Chi, warm blessings. Leslie Xiong says, can you see what I was, my very first experience on earth? So Leslie Xiong, the very first experience that you had on earth, it feels like you were, it feels like it was a female gal. I can see something in an ancient place, China type feeling, because the nature area looks like that. Leslie, I feel like you're very drawn to that sort of naturesque Asian landscape type of thing. So I feel like you were there as a human being, Leslie. Very first lifetime was in that naturesque area, feels very China area because of the mountains. But you were a female village. So in a female, you were a female, and then you were in a village that was a small village in China. Okay. So that was your very first lifetime on Earth. It seems like it wasn't that long ago. When I say that, I mean that it wasn't like 10,000 years ago. Okay. So it wasn't that long ago. So you're more new. You were someone that I would call it a more newer soul, though it wasn't like, just 10 years ago. Okay. So that's what we have for Leslie. Leslie, I don't know if that, so good. Leslie says, wow, thanks. Very good. So good. Rose Hyung says, pull a card for me, please. Thanks, Juju Chi. Warm blessings and Juju Chi for all of you that are watching. Please go out there and type in Juju Chi if you haven't. I'm loving the interaction. I always love that the hearts and the stars. So put that out there. If you guys are the first, if this is your first time being with me on Freeing Friday with Master Shaman Palai Chi from Pali Healing, I want to tell you guys that Juju means good luck, right? Good luck. And Chi means energy. So good luck energy. The more you put this good luck energy out there and out to the universe, however you want to type it, put it in writing, right? Or express it out to the universe, it will free yourself even greater as we go step by step and each level by each level. And as I'm talking about level, I want to answer Rose and pull a card for her. I guess I'm not doing at the end here. I'm just going to go by what I'm seeing here. But before I go to Rose, okay, I want to talk about the levels of clearing. So when you do a past life regression with me, you're going to get spiritual cleansing, spiritual clearing, and spiritual karma cord cutting. So what does that mean? We go in and take a look at all your past lives, and some are going to come in detail, depending on what the spirit guides allow. And then some are going to be in less detail, but then more of what is important for that lifetime, right? And then, as you guys saw, I kind of just did that with Leslie when she asked about, who was I the very first time I was on Earth, right? So then we go into the different lifetimes, whether you have a couple or 10, or maybe some people are like 60 lifetimes. But what were you, who were you, and which lifetime was most important for you to kind of be who you are now, right? And then whichever lifetime that was very harsh, was very suffering for you as a spirit in a soul, that you are now here in this body and soul, right? Or yes, in this body and this soul in the present time, then we do the cord cutting process, right? The karma cord part cutting process. And then through each layer, just like with my trauma and karma releases, okay, that's something different than past life regression. But with my trauma and karma releases, then we go through the different layers after each layer to remove and to release each trauma that you've had, or maybe the biggest trauma that you've had that affected your whole life up until this point, right? Whether you are 20 years old, 15, whether you are, 86 years old, whatever your age is, to this point in time, we go through the different layers to cut off the cords with the past life regression and spiritual karma cord cutting, right? With the trauma release, which I'll talk about in another video, but the trauma release is something that I go different levels each time. Each time we meet for the session, we go different levels and we clear out those trauma and karma without you saying a word to me. Okay. So the spirits are the lead, is the leading, the guiding, the guidance of the karma, trauma clearing. The spirits are also the guidance of the past life regressions, the spiritual karma cord cutting. So I just actually talked about this cord cutting to someone else because they inquired about it. Do you do cord cutting? And I said, yes, I do. So I will have that updated on my website soon on different services that I will call out and name them out there because they're not out there right now. For the last 10 years, I've been doing them, but I've not named them out there. So they will be out there on my website soon. So you can watch for that. But it is a big process. It's a big healing, and you've got to be ready for it. You've got to be ready to listen. You've got to be ready to hear, right? Sometimes you can hear what your past life regression is, but will you listen, and then will you be able to or be willing to change, right? If you're not willing to change when you hear your past life regression, then it's going to be a dwell in it for a long while, right? And you're going to think to yourself, how can I move forward? How can I move forward? You have to have a cord cutting ceremony, okay? All right. So different levels that we have to go through to cut things. All right. So I'm going to pull a card here for Rose Xiong. So guys, give me a thumbs up if you guys are watching right now. I know that there's a ton of you. If you really want to give a thumbs up, right? Don't just do it because I asked you to. Do it because you want to do. And then go, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm asking if you guys would support my channel and go out there. If you guys find that my videos have been helping you, if my my topics have been helping you along your spiritual journey, go out there and like and subscribe to my channel, and also be out there on my Facebook. I'm going to speak a little bit to my Hmong community before I move forward with Rose. That's okay. Bên một sai hay là ya một sai cho tiệt ya ta lo. Cái kho một ba tổ này nè nhở. Một ba tổ này cái này bao tàu hạt tiền này ya lên từ này ở đó chỉ ya ta lo tiệt ya ta lo. Này một cái lu nó lên từ này này nó cú nhẹ ya đó chỉ khó ya đó chỉ nữa trừ sĩ cho này lu thở bên một sai hay là ya một sai này nó nên mi ya một sai cho này lu nên đó tiệt ya ta lo. Bây thì là bảo tàu thì vì đi cha có thể là dùng lý có ta xí nó có thể là mua luôn nâng lý có ta xí nó hậu có luôn nâng nhỏ chỉ bây thì là bảo thì vì đi cha có mua cái vì đi cha có mua ở cha có chỉ mua cái du lịch ở cha vì đi cha có chỉ sĩ hậu sinh đó có từ khen li là do chỉ sĩ hậu sinh cho lời lên lượt tù có thể là bảo tàu cho cái dùng lý nó thầu bây bảo tàu cho cái dùng lý nó được cho cái của ba này theo của khó này được do họ một kho theo một chia cho kế ở chỉ rong người tàu cơ trong này lúc nâng cho là để cho tiền giá ta lo cho nâng giá ta lo đó giờ là do tiền chỉ do cho nâng giá ta lo chỉ do xếp bây giờ tiền nó do cho tiền nó bây giờ tiền ở này tàu ở cái rồi cô chỉ do để có chậu loแต่是有草民gì giờ đợt này tụi khen là do để có ở trong mỗi họ kế cỡ đó này lúc nâng cho nên cho kỹ có một sai thì giờ li ô trà bây giờ một sai thì giờ li ô trà có thể li mua cái nhua cái chó nhỏ lấy ha thì có thể li mua cái chỉ hậu sinh đó là lên lửa tù vì đi cha có thể li du tàu là trâu lúc chế ninh rồi đi có du tàu là tiền nó ô trà bây thì li do bao tàu thì cho kỹ nó do ba tàu có thầu bé chia tàu theo bé bao tàu lỡ thì do luôn nên từ lúc tiệt từ do tiệt ở chỗ con như nhua nó chị tiền đâu do tiệt bây giờ một kho thì bây giờ một chơi phơi bây giờ một sáng một chùa là do bây giờ một chia tờ nữa có ở này nó cho học cao học kế là do tiền từ ở này nó bé hay cho cái karma nó ya karma ya cho cái lo lùm cả lo hay karma đó là mong chỉ mong hay tiệt thế rồi hay cho cái bà là hay cho cái mua cái mua khu nhân nợ ít khó khu ít khó vàng nhân nợ bây giờ tôi chia tờ nợ nữa thì họ nói chỉ nên hai lý nó thì bé bảo tôi lý nó rồi đi cái ổn định ổn dài bây giờ ổn định ổn dài tôi kia bé thì lý bảo cho cái chia tờ hay thì cho cái pay cho cái chỉ rong là do tiền nó tới ở có lần chỉ tàu ít tu tin năng lý ở nhà có sáu tu vậyแต่是每一家店内如果有个จะ碰อยู่แต่是จะ碰อยู่tiền nóไอ้不要จะ碰อยู่ địa giá ta lo là do tiền lợi lưng là tu ấy có họ do tàu phong như rong rong lấy do tu có chuyện tàu phong như rong rong đó thế rồi như chỉ do có tu phong như địa giá ta lo thế. All right, so I'm sorry. Okay, so we had a technical difficulty there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the readings here with Rose. Rose Hyung says asking is to pull a card for me, please. So we'll pull a card for Rose here. I'm loving all the hearts and stars. Okay, Rose Hyung, this is for you. Okay, so I got this card. So Rose Hyung, at this time, Rose, there is, I don't know if you prefer Hmong or English, but I'm going to speak in English. Rose, at this time, it's very tough for you, and you're very stuck actually, and it's very tough for you to move forward in, feels like it's your personal or self journey. Your goals is there, you know, the goals is there, the whole feeling of movement in personal goals is not moving. So it's very tough for you to get going right now, Rose, on that part. And I know you're trying to your best to be positive about things and to just move forward. This has a lot to do with career side. It does have some to do with relationship, but career side is going to be your main thing that's actually putting a stoppage to this stuckness. Okay, Rose, if that makes any sense to you, give me a juju chi and say, yes, this makes sense, or you make sense, or the reading makes sense, whatever that can be expressed to me to understand and know. All right, so that was for Rose. All right, so that's past life regression for you guys today. I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with questions and card pulls for a little bit here. All right. If you guys have donated, please let me know so I can be aware. I have to kind of go and so if you guys want and you're donating, please let me know. And then please also let me know if you are just donating to support the channel or if you're donating to try to get a reading of any kind. I will be checking here. So just in case I missed you guys. Okay, so if things are looking good for you and you know what I'm saying is helping you guys out, please support me and the channel. And I'm asking this out of your heart. So if you are not feeling like, okay, I really want to support Master Shaman Palai Chi right now, or if you're not really feeling like I want to support Pali Pi Healing, then don't do it, right? But do it through your heart, do it through your genuinity, right? Your authenticity of who you are and where you come from. I'm not asking to ask, I'm asking out of my heart. So I would hope that you guys will reciprocate the same thing back to me. When I do these Spring Fridays, I'm doing out of my wanting to, my loving you guys, my wanting to just help people out, especially those ones that I see in the shaman groups. You know, it's just very devastating to see certain things in that group, and it's very toxic in that group, so I don't go there much. But I go there to kind of see, okay, wow, it's just still very toxic these days. So if you guys are needing help and maybe have questions, this is where you'll get it on my Spring Fridays, okay? Q&As, okay? Spring Fridays, free question and answer. Okay, so Mary Shong. Oh yes, by the way, Mary Shong, thank you so much for your donations for last time that I was on Spring Friday. So shout out to Mary. Warm blessings to you for doing that. Unconditional Ascension says, Juju Chi, I would like a card pull. I have a feeling I am a very old soul and had quite a few lifetimes, but only get flashes. Is there a particular lifetime or karmic issue to focus on? So Unconditional Ascension, I'm going to do a card pull for you. And you guys that are on, of course, remember to hit that subscribe button if you guys are if you feel like this is helping you right now, okay? Or all any other videos that I've been doing. So Ascension, Unconditional Ascension, this is for you. Okay, so wow, this is a very tough card. Okay, so Unconditional Ascension, right now I feel that, and what I'm sensing is that just there's a very harsh stuckness, but also a very deep anxiety feeling, almost like an illness that's making you stuck, that's making you very closed doors to relationship area. This is something that has made you very stuck for the last, I would say even the beginning of this year has been very tough for you, Unconditional Ascension. And I'm just going to answer the one question. So this is the free card pull for you. The second part of your question is karmic issues in a particular lifetime. I'll have to do that on a different time, but this card is telling me, Unconditional Ascension, that it's like your relationship area is screaming out for help right now. Okay, I cannot help to not let you know that. And that means that you'll need to back up a step and take a look at your life right now and where you are, where you're going in regards to relationship area. And if you have a blockage there, which I see that there is one, please kind of just unblock that, open up your heart a little bit and if you can, open up it back to that relationship area, but not saying to go into it, right? But to open up your heart and say, I'm willing to just, open up my heart to and forgive, right? Forgive. That's all I would say for you right now. Unconditional Ascension. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that I'm on the right track. Okay. So Unconditional Ascension right now is working on self, loving yourself, but not being selfish of your love, opening to yourself and others. Whenever you close the door to others, you are also closing the door to yourself at heart. And what that means is that your spirit of the soul at heart, is not able to move, it's feeling stuck, and it will feel stuck if you're not able to take a step back, lower down everything, ego-wise, pride-wise, okay? And not saying that you in particular have that right now, Unconditional Ascension, because you are very loving, you usually are, but just at this point in time, there seems to be something closed door, okay? And it also has to do with this emotional illness from a shamanic perspective, okay? So Unconditional Ascension, that's what I would say that it's a work at right now. If you can, get some healing for that. And yes, there are cords that you'll need to cut in your karmic lifetimes. Okay, I just know that right now. Okay, so Lee says, people in this lifetime, are they so in our past lifetime too? So I just answered, I believe I answered that question, but yes, people in this lifetime, some, not all, some people that comes across your path in this lifetime are people that could have been your brother, sister, mother, father, whoever that it could have been related to you in a different lifetime, okay? All right. So, Shong Mary says, I would love a card pull for spirituality. Thank you. Okay, so this is going to be for Shong Mary. And again, thanks for that donation last time when I was on. Okay, so here we go. Xiongmiri. Okay, so for spirituality, Xiongmiri, a good card comes out for you. Very good. Actually, from a 0 to 10, you're at about an 8, 9 on spirituality. It feels like you're on the right track. I'll say that. And you're doing fairly well right now. I wouldn't change much right now, except just continue on the path. Okay. So Xiongmiri, that is the card for you. You're doing things into the right direction. Okay. So I'm gonna stop there with Xiongmiri. So that's for your spirituality. So I wouldn't change anything right now. Miss Christie, a card pull for me too, she says. So this is Miss Christie. Usually I wear my white hat with flowers. This time I just feel like, let's just give it a go. Okay, so Miss Christie, a card for you. Okay. Wow, very good card. So Miss Christie, a very good card for you. I feel something in your relationship area. Um, something of relationship, some good support, some good healing in relationship. And for you, it's more for about your own relationship. It's getting up to a certain level at this time. It's you're embracing basically what you have right now, and it feels like you're going to do well in a job or career area. Seems like, and it seems like that's something that's pulling you up at the moment, or you're trying to be okay with it at the moment, but you're at about a 0, from a 0 to 10, you're at about an 8, 9 on that part right now. So you're feeling good right now. You're feeling okay. Things are working out right now. Okay. So that's Miss Christie, her card pull. Okay. If that makes sense for you guys, if you guys' card pulls are making sense, please let me know. Thank you so much, Mary, for letting me know. Okay, here we go. So that was for Miss Christie. And Juju Chi to all of you. Okay, so then here Mai Xionglo says, I heard that sometimes gifted people's spirit guides can show them glimpses of their past lives through dreams. How can one recognize if dreams are glimpses of their past lives? Now, Mai Xionglo, that's a very tricky question because dreams can be very tricky. When you have a vision through a meditation and then you have a dream, those are two separate things, okay? Two different things. And the vision is going to be more clear cut, more straightforward. The dreams, anybody's dreams, is going to be kind of tricky because you've got all these things interwoven in the dream and it's never straightforward. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But yes, you can have glimpses. It is true that you can have glimpses of your past life through dreams, but usually these glimpses in a dream are like a feeling of deja vu, okay? Like that you've been there before. So it could be a place or someone that you've met, but you don't know that person in this lifetime, right? Yet, at least. Or maybe you kind of saw them somewhere, but you just had them in a dream. And that could be somebody, it's a little sort of like a little message or a pointer to you and saying, hey, pay attention to this one thing or this place, or maybe you need to search for this place, right? There's something important there. And so sometimes in the dreams, how can you recognize if the dream is a glimpse of a past life is when you wake up feeling like as if what you just saw in the dream, whether it's a person or a place or a thing, if you feel this connection to it, if you feel this like, I swear I saw this place before, okay? And you're feeling like this type of emotion towards it, then there's something very deep inside of you that's telling you, hey, my Xiong, this is something that was in a past life, okay? Maybe you don't have anything to go and like, you don't have to do anything with it, like to go find it or to go talk to him or them or whoever, but it's just showing you, here's a glimpse of this past life, that this is what happened, right? Or this is what you saw and this is where you lived. And there's something important about that place. in this dream, right? And I talked about why we dream. I'll talk about in another video again, but it's very interesting when you dream. Okay. So how you can recognize it, one way is to have the emotion and feeling when you wake up right away, the instant feeling that you feel that you were there at one point in this lifetime, but actually it wasn't in this lifetime. So you can think back and track of where you went and did you ever see any place like this or met any person like that? And if you haven't, then you kind of, think about it logically in your head and then track it back. And if you haven't, then that means that this was actually in a different past life. Okay. So that's just a very simplistic way of explaining on how you can recognize or tell if your dream is giving you a glimpse of the past life. All right, so let's see here. So Amanda Bevan says, I think she means, would there be a message from my dad, please? So Amanda, we're going to do a spiritual quick, because you asked one question, we'll do that for you, Amanda. So let's see if your dad has anything to say to you, Amanda. Okay. Take a deep breath with me, everybody. I have my candle here. And I'm going to have to put my hat on for this one because I want the clearest of all messages. All right. All right. Take a deep breath for me, Amanda, and everybody else that's on. Why don't you guys just take a deep breath as well? We've been at it for a while. So let's check this out for Amanda Bevan, if her dad has anything to say to her. Dear child of mine, I've been gone, but I've been there. Can you feel me? I'm by your side now. Amanda, I believe he's on your right shoulder area. Can you feel that, Amanda? If you can, let me know in the chat. There's some tingles going down. Take a deep breath, Amanda. I was gone, but I'm here. Take care of your brothers. Brother, I will, and I'm here, always love you. Dear child of mine. Gotta go now, is what he says. Amanda, that was for you, your father. That was interesting. He is a very loving man, very loving father. I can feel that. I can sense him. But he was by your side, on the right side, standing there with one hand on your shoulder. That was interesting. So Amanda, your father talks about brother. So that was for you. It feels like he's saying to take care of a brother or brothers. So if that makes any sense to you, Amanda, warm blessings to you. And just give me a juju chi. Say, yes, it does make sense to me. So we know. All right. So going on to the next person here. Zhang Y says, hello, can I get a card pull, please? And thank you. Yes, so we'll do a card pull for Zhang or Zong. I think that's what the name is. Zhang Y. If you guys haven't subscribed, please go out there and subscribe and support my channel. Wow, Zhang, I think your energy is very excited. So very good. Juju cheese to all of you that are on and supporting me, whether you guys are a disciple, students, everyone is a student of mine whenever they cross my path because they always learn something, okay? Whether it's a little or a lot or a ton. So here we go with Zhong Wai. So Zhong Wai, the card that I got for you here, it tells me that you're at a 50-50 energy. So therefore, you're at a crossroads in your life. You're at a crossroads right now. And the feeling of this crossroad has something to do with really what do you believe in? Your spirituality comes in vigorously. Your spirituality and what you believe in, who you are, your ancestors, it goes all into the soul seeking path. If I should do it, if I should not, should I believe it, should I not, should I have faith in it, what is it that I need to do? And you're at a 50-50 crossroad, okay? 50-50 crossroad, Zhang Wai. So this is for you, Zhang. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? Because there is this feeling of you're not really sure really what you want in life right now, especially your spirituality, whether you should be seeking or whether you should not be seeking. And right now, I want to tell you that you should be seeking and continue to seek, but in the right direction. And what is the right direction? It's going to be the direction that you feel most drawn to. So what is that direction? Not drawn to as in, I desire it a lot, but drawn to in as what is correct for me, okay? So Zhang Wai, that is for you. That card was pulled for Zhang Wai. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Hoya says, hello, would like a card pulled. So if you guys are getting the card pulls, please go out there and like and subscribe to my channel. And this is with all your heart and wanting to do it, not because I asked you to. I always like people to reciprocate the same energy that I'm reciprocating to them. So here we go. Hoya. Okay, Hoya, this is for you. So wow, we got this twice in a row today. So Hoya, you're in a very stuck mode right now. From a 0 to 10 number, you are at a -9 in stuckness. This has a lot to do with your self-consciousness, yourself, like how are you thinking about yourself? How you want to be independent, but it's very hard to be independent. And you're in a stuck mode right now. Of the choices that you have, it feels like it's very limited. It feels like you're being pushed inward or squeezed together and very claustrophobic like. The space between you and a relationship and even your career area feels very stuck, feels very immovable. So right now, it feels like there needs to be a open heart again and forgiving of a situation, okay? And it needs to be an open heart again, because if your heart is not open, like I said before, then it's going to be very hard to, and this is opening up to others, then it's going to be very hard to open it to you, to come back, to reciprocate to you in regards to the love and the emotions that you give out to the universe. This goodness needs to come back to you. So then I want you to be able to, you know, take the most of that right now, because we only have one life to live. Open up your heart, forgive yourself, forgive the situation, and move forward, right? So I would say healings would be good for that, whatever healings that you choose. But a good clearing and protection, a good relationship type healing, and getting into trauma energy, trauma things that has happened in your life would be something to start with. Okay, that would be Hoya. All right. Thank you so much, for, gals and guys, for all the thumbs up and the hearts and stars. Rose Young says, yes, definitely makes sense. Juju Chi. But the Mengdu says, donated to XD. So maybe it's XO. So warm blessings to you as well. Thank you to all of you. Let's see here. We'll go. Okay. If you guys see anybody that is trolling, please talk to them and lead them out the door. Okay. All right. So I'm just reading down, going down towards the end of my messages here. Christy Vang says, please pull a card for me. Okay, so I'll probably do like one or two more and then we're gonna get going here. Here we go. Christy Vang, this is for you. I haven't been urged to pull from the other deck. This deck has been the deck today. Okay, so Christy Vang, on a scale of 0 to 10, you're at about a 2-3 in regards to moving into your direction, into your goals. I feel like there's sort of it's not big, but it's a small piece, but it's a sort of a hesitation in regards to going into a spiritual path or more into a spiritual journey. You're at a sort of a little halt. Christy, if you are on a journey or if you're looking forward to try to going forward on a spiritual journey with someone, perhaps someone that you're thinking about going along with as a teacher or being a student of, I feel like there's a halt there, like maybe a self-doubt. I don't want you to doubt, but maybe you could try things, right? You could try things and see how they can work for you. Christy, you are someone that I would say that you can maybe get a deck of cards and try to work in it yourself and see how it goes first. If you get comfortable with it, then you can kind of expect yourself to bloom out and to be more trusting of this person that you're going to try to connect with. So I'm going to leave it at that for Christy Vang, that your card pull for spiritual card. Okay, so I didn't even read the spiritual card, but that's the spiritual card for you. Okay, so there we go. If that makes sense to you, Christy, let me know and give me a juju chi. Again, guys and gals, subscribe to my channel if you guys are feeling that with me, and support the channel by donating. Every time I come out on these Spring Fridays or whenever you guys want to donate, and you just donate to palaichi@gmail.com. I'm going to check my, here we go. I'm going to check here. Hold on one second. Okay, and thank you to all those that have donated. Oh my goodness. Okay. Shout out to Shabali Vu for donating. Thank you so much. This is Pata Mongbu. Thank you so much for donating. We've had other donators too. And then other ones that are said to not do a shout out. Okay, let me go here. Let's see. Okay. Thank you to Mary Shong, your donation. Thank you so much as well. There was another person as well. Dominic Robinson donated. Warm blessings. Shout out to Dominic as well. Big shout out to Dominic. Warm blessings to you. Thank you so much for donating. And then there was another person which I can't get to for some reason. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. Mai Xiong Lor, warm blessings for donating. Big donation from everyone. Warm blessings to all of you. And I'm going to go quick back to, okay, so I have one more that I'm going to do. Seashells says, can I get a general reading for February, please? Seashells, that's a big reading. So I would pull out a card for you, Seashells. Anybody that wants a 3-card pull is $10-15 for donation. Today, it can be different another day. But today is about $10-15 for a 3-card pull. And seashells, I would say if you want a general reading for February, we would probably likely do like an intro reading. You could do that on my website. I'll put in the link later on if you want to do that. But I'm going to pull out a card for you, seashells. Here we go. All right, so seashells right now, okay, your energy at a 0 to 10 is about a 2, 1 to 2 in regards to kind of like life in general, kind of where you're going, sort of, am I getting to my path? Am I getting to my goals? And I feel that you're at about a 2, 1 and 2. So that tells me that it's very on the low end, seashells. There's something that you need to work on. There could be something in regards to a trauma as well, but that was in a childhood time that needs to be released and let go. There was also another one in your teenage years. So it has some things to do with ancestors and parents, seashells, that there needs to be this forgiveness for, okay? So I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you, seashells, but that was for seashells, okay? So trauma, karma that was in your childhood, in the teenage times, that needs to be released. And this has to do with more relationship, but then also the relationship with you. The relationship with yourself has not been the greatest in this beginning of the 2022. But in February, I'll just give you a general look for February. It's going to slowly get better by mid-February and onward, because then you would have found something for healing, okay? So seashells, that was for you, okay? Okay, so I hope that makes sense to everybody. I'm going to stop here. Warm blessings to all of you for this Freeing Friday. Before I let you go, or before we all go to free ourselves, I'm going to pull a card for the weekend, okay? I always try to get a weekend card in this. Okay, so here we go. Weekend and going on to Monday. Okay, so believe in the impossible, everyone. Blue moon, okay? The moon card. I don't know if you guys can see that. So believe in the impossible. If you guys believe in the impossible, right? So this card is telling us, if we believe in the impossible and just have faith in what we feel that we want to get ourselves into, right? We have this urge, this drawing to get into something, to do something, right? Whether it's for our parents, for ourselves, for whoever it is. We have this feeling like we are drawn to something. That is something that has to do with our past life. That's why we are the way we are today. But it's also that has to do with our future. Can we create that possibility is the question. Can we actually forgive everything, whoever, wherever the situation was, right? And just move forward to really embrace what we need to get to in our future. Can we create this possibility with knowing that sometimes it is truly impossible, and I feel like it's impossible, and I feel like I can't get there. I feel like this goal is so hard to get to, and I can't really grab it, or it's just hard to understand because I don't have the resources and the right person that is teaching me. Well, then you need to say, I can get to these possibilities, right? I can make the impossible possible. That's all it takes for you to make it possible, is with one thought. And I talk about pure thoughts in my other videos. So go out there and go watch and like my other videos on YouTube. But I'll leave you with this. Believe in the impossible, and the blue moon will flow in this energy. The moon has its own energy of light. So embrace that. Don't be afraid of that. Don't fear it, but just have faith in it, right? Have faith in it. Warm blessings with Master Shaman Palai Chi today, Fali Healing. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.